Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at some Pokemon news coming out of Japan about new products and new sets and things of that nature, and it all sounds very, very exciting. However, and I must stress this very, very clearly at the beginning of the video, this is, as it stands at the moment, believable stuff, which seems to be true, so I'm sharing it with you. But I'm sharing it with you on the caveat that we all understand going into the video that this is unconfirmed, subject to change, and might not be 100% accurate. I believe it is, that's why I'm sharing it with you, but I cannot guarantee its accuracy going in, so please bear that in mind as we roll. We good? Good. Now, first of all, we've got news of Incandescent Arcana. Now, this isn't particularly news that Incandescent Arcana is coming. I've told you about this set before. We've seen the trademark. Life is good. However, and I should say we've had a release date for this for a while now of September the 2nd. So this all kind of makes perfect sense. And we are expecting this to be the follow-up to Dark Phantasma, which in turn was basically the follow-up to Battle Region. What I mean by that is that it's an A set, not a main set, and it should be following the same general pattern. That is to say, we expect it to have Radiant Pokemon, which as of yet have not shown up in main sets. We expect it to have character rares, which as of yet have not shown up in main sets. We expect it to have that awesome reverse holo pattern, which as of now has not shown up in main sets, and we do not expect to see VMAXs, which have started showing up again in main sets, but have not started showing up again in mini sets or A sets. Basically, whatever you want to call these. So that's what we're expecting of that, and that is, that's what I've been telling you for a little while now. That's what I told you about last time. Well, the information we have about this, what has been sent out, and this has been sent out by second_storage over on Twitter, Pokemon from the Hoenn, Kalos, Unova, and Alola regions are back. So it's going to be, remember, when we've seen Dark Phantasma and Battle Region, they've been really focused in pretty hard on the Pokemon that came around in Legends Arceus. It seems like we're going to a more general run of Pokemon here. Character rares will be included, and again, that tracks, because if we expect this to be the follow-up to Battle Region and Dark Phantasma, we would expect character rares. The package image is expected to be Alolan Vulpix, and incidentally, right, I've seen some rumours floating around. Some people have messaged me asking me about Alolan Vulpix V-Star. All I can tell you is, if that actually happens, I would be beyond stunned. And I know there are exceptions. I know that in Vivid Voltage, we got Pikachu VMAX. I know that as a promo, we got Eevee VMAX. I know that very, very rarely, non-fully evolved Pokemon, or Pokemon that can still evolve, Pokemon with known evolutions, phrase it how you will, do make their way into having these chase cards like VMAXs. But these are hyper exceptions like Pikachu and Eevee. I can't tell you it's not going to be Alolan Vulpix V-Star. What I can tell you is, I've been searching around at places like Second Storage. They're not reporting Alolan Vulpix V-Star. They are reporting Alolan Vulpix on the booster pack, which is very, very different. And with character rares being back, I would expect it to be an Alolan Vulpix character rare, but they're putting it on the pack just because it's a popular Pokemon. There might be an Alolan Vulpix V-Star, but I have not heard from the people who are actually giving this information out. I've not heard Alolan Vulpix V-Star. I've only heard it from people messaging me having read it somewhere else. And I am not saying it's not true, because I don't know whether it's true or not. What I am saying is I've not actually heard it, except from you guys messaging me, and I don't think it's likely. It is obviously possible, but I would not expect it. We have also been told there's going to be a secret rare of Serena, a supporter card, which will then have a full art and a rainbow rare. But this shouldn't really surprise anyone, because I told you the other day that there is a Serena box coming, in the same way we had that Gloria and Victor box over in Japan, or the playmat set. So there's going to be one of those or something similar featuring Serena, and it's listed to be coming out on the same day as Incandescent Arcana. So honestly, that makes perfect sense as well. That tracks. And this is why it's a believable information here, because we're expecting character rares. We're expecting Serena to be getting a secret rare. So this does all make perfect sense. Now, Paradigm Trigger is another set that we've heard about before, another set we are expecting, and we've got a little bit of news about that as well. Now, this was a trademark that was registered back in January, and this is apparently going to be coming out on the 21st of October. So we're going to be getting Incandescent Arcana as our September set, and Paradigm Trigger as our October set. This makes sense, although again, as always, little bit of a pinch of salt with this one, if you would be so kind. And what we've learned about this is apparently, and this again comes from second_storage over on Twitter, and this is going to be featuring on the package Lugia, Regieleki, and Regidrago. Now, this actually makes an awful lot of sense to me, because Regieleki and Regidrago, they came around in a DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and we've seen Regieleki and Regidrago in the Pokemon TCG, but they've not really been celebrated. Now, don't get me wrong, the Regieleki from Evolving Skies has proven to be a really good card, and actually, while we're here, this is a good opportunity for me to say, I showed you that winning Regi deck from the Japan Championships in a video yesterday, and for some reason, I focused in on the Regieleki from Astral Radiance. Obviously, the better one is the one from Evolving Skies. That's the one that can one-hit KO Palkia. That was a really silly thing on my part. I did pin a comment as soon as I found out, but my apologies on that one. And the Regidrago from Astral Radiance has proven to be a very good card. That's the one that, it's got a bit of a draw engine, decent attack, all of that. In the Regi deck, these are good cards. But we've not really celebrated these in the TCG yet. They haven't got Pokemon V or Pokemon V-Star. So again, I'm not telling you that Paradigm Trigger is going to feature Lugia V-Star, Regieleki V-Star, and Regidrago V-Star, because I cannot tell you that, because we don't know. What I am telling you is, those are free Pokemon that haven't had a V-Star yet. Free Pokemon that I would expect to get a V-Star at some point, and they're apparently going to be featured on the booster pack artwork, so I think that makes it very, very likely. Not confirmed, but very, very likely. So they're two upcoming sets. For anybody wondering, we have been given a little list of sets, and apparently what we're getting is Lost Abyss on the 15th of July. We're expecting that to be announced very, very soon, either this Friday or next. Incandescent Arcana is going to be coming on the 2nd of September. Paradigm Trigger on the 21st of October. Incidentally, that makes Paradigm Trigger Sword and Shield 12, which should be the last main set, because Lost Abyss will be Sword and Shield 11. And then V-Star Universe on the 2nd of December, which is to say, that is our final Sword and Shield set. That's the Celebration set. That's the one that's going to kind of wrap everything up. No news about that, so we're not going to go too much into that, but expect it to be a Celebration set with lots of cool stuff. For anyone paying attention, that means that, and I am hearing this as well, this is something I've seen on multiple Twitter threads coming out of Japan, it looks like Scarlet and Violet are not making their TCG debut in 2022, which is a big shock. This is a genuine big shock to me, because they always make their debut at the end of the year. Sword and Shield, remember there's always a double set in Japan, so there's the Sword set and the Shield set. There will be a Scarlet set and a Violet set. That came out in Japan on December the 6th, 2019. The Sun and Moon TCG similarly came around at the end of the year over in Japan. So the Sun and Moon TCG, and again, we had the Sun Collection and the Moon Collection, that came out on December the 9th, 2016. So December 2022 would be a great prediction for when Scarlet and Violet would be coming to the Pokémon TCG. Firstly, I'm hearing that's not the case. Secondly, we're apparently getting V-Star Universe on the 2nd of December. We are not getting Scarlet and Violet in December, if that's true. And again, I've seen that in a bunch of places. And that's actually really interesting because it is almost certain that we are getting the Scarlet and Violet TCG in February. Because essentially, we get a set in February. It's always the new block. But also, we have nothing else to fill our February slot if it's not Scarlet and Violet. Not unless there's some unreleased Japanese sets we've not heard about. So basically, that means that our releases are going to get closer together. You know, Japan's getting Scarlet and Violet, I don't know, January probably. I don't have a date. Just to be clear, I don't have a date. I'm assuming January. And then we're going to be getting it in February? We are moving very close together, and that is awesome. And the last piece of news I've got is that there is apparently going to be a Charizard versus Rayquaza shiny box. How cool is that? Now, it's actually called the Special Deck Set Rayquaza V-Star versus Charizard V-Star. And that's what we've got. Now, there is a listing over on no-tarika.com, but it doesn't actually give us any real information whatsoever, other than it's going to feature Charizard and Rayquaza. Now, it is actually listed as Charizard V-Star versus Rayquaza V-Max. So I think it is fair at this stage to presume that it is going to be the Charizard V-Star from Brilliant Stars and the Rayquaza V-Max from Evolving Skies. The reason we can say that with a fair degree of certainty is they're not going to make another Charizard V-Star and another Rayquaza V-Max. That's just very unlikely. We're still getting the odd V-Max here and there, but they're very slow. So I think it's fair to assume that. Now, is this going to feature shiny versions of them? Maybe. But let's be clear, the name does not say shiny versions. And again, I've had messages and people saying that it's going to have shiny Charizard and shiny Rayquaza. And that may be true, and for what it's worth, if you're asking me to predict, and I'm kind of making a video here, that's kind of the job, yes, I think they will be. However, the listing we've got does not say shiny, it just says Charizard V-Star versus Rayquaza V-Max. Now, the reason we believe, or at least I believe they're going to be shiny, is because over in Japan, we did get the Zacian Zamazenta Eternatus deck, which sounds a lot like this, and that did feature shiny versions of Zacian V and Zamazenta V, and it would make sense that this would be a similar kind of product, and it would make it really popular and people would love it. So I believe that's going to be the case, but let's be clear, the listing does not say shiny, the listing just says special deck set, but it sounds a lot like this. So for that reason, I think they are probably going to be shiny, but that is very much a supposition on my part. That is not what we're actually told. The date we've seen for that one is the 4th of November, which is important because as it stands at the moment with Paradigm Trigger in October and V-Star Universe in December, we don't actually have a set in November, so this would essentially be the big November product. And then finally, there is a listing for the Jumbo Card Collection, Lapras, Mew, Latias. Sounds cool. I have no idea what this is. I mean, presumably there's going to be Jumbos of those 3 Pokemon. That sounds about right. But again, there's, we've literally just got a name at this stage and nothing else. So it's one of those hold your horses. Sounds pretty cool. But we'll have to wait and see. The big news here is that we've got news about Incandescent Arcana, apparently bringing back character rares like we presumed and all kinds of other stuff. We're getting that special set, which looks really cool with Charizard V-Star and Rayquaza V-Max, although if they're not alternate art or shiny, they're just the regular prints, that will be kind of rubbish, but I don't believe that to be true. I think we're going to be okay. And then we've got some news about Paradigm Trigger, which is sounding awesome. But now it's over to you guys. Give me your predictions. Tell me what you believe. Tell me what you think might change. Tell me anything you want to tell me. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.